So I've been reading your comments and I've noticed something. And by the way, I really appreciate your comments and your feedback, guys. It really helps the channel. Many retirees or many new resellers think that there are big obstacles in reselling. So it's different for different people. And again, these are coming from my comment section. Some people will think the big obstacle in reselling is shipping. Others may be thinking that the big obstacle for them is, finding things to sell. And I hear that quite often. Another one that I do hear is people concerned about um, problem customers. I hear that quite often too, dealing with those problem buyers. But I'll tell you, after more than 4 decades, in business, in retail stores, and also in selling on eBay since 1999, I don't think any of those things are the big mistake. They're not the big obstacle for most of you, when it comes to reselling. But there's one mistake that I see over and over again, and this mistake quietly keeps really good people from ever enjoying one of the best, one of the best opportunities that are available for you in retirement. So today I'm going to talk about that mistake. And if you recognize yourself in it, you can start changing that today. And also leave them in the comments so we can discuss them. Hey everyone, if you're new here, I'm Dave. This is Retired with Purpose. If you're not new, welcome back. So, again, this is coming from my comment section. I thought I should make a video addressing this. The feeling that I get from many of you is that you feel that you need to learn everything about reselling before you start. You need to have more information. You need to lock down that shipping, and you need to lock down how you're going to deal with those customers and so on. And it's definitely a good thing to have systems in place to do that, and you'll see more information on that coming up very soon. But many think that they need to wait. You just need to wait until they quote know enough. Well, I'll tell you, um, you're never going to know enough. In reselling, things change, and you need to learn to adapt and change with those things. But really, if you consider this, that's not a bad thing. Learning to think on your feet and make adjustments when needed, that's part of the fulfilling part about being your own boss and dealing with reselling. It's fluid, it keeps moving, and you're going to continue to learn. So waiting till you know enough, that's just not going to happen. I'm still learning, and you're going to learn throughout your whole time reselling. Another thing that I hear people say is they basically think they need a warehouse. Where in the world am I going to store all of this stuff, this inventory that I'm going uh, to resell? Well, I actually have a video about that, and I wanted to share with you some fine points about that right now. I actually have two stores. I have a store that I'll sell large items. And as many of you know, I'm not afraid to sell large items. But the other one is strictly for small items. And this will address several different, uh, take care of several different problems that you might see with not having enough space. Now, on this store, again, I concentrate on buying just small items to put in that store. The reason I did that was this store was designed to go with me on vacation. See, we owned an RV, which we just recently sold, by the way. But anyway, we were able to put our big item store, which we keep here at our home, on vacation mode. They actually nowadays they call it time away, but you can put it on vacation mode. And when we would do that, we took the small store with us in our camper. We had a trailer, pull behind trailer, and we just take it with us. Now, you ask, how did we do that? Guys, it's not difficult at all determining what kind of items that you're going to resell with how much space you have. Someone asked about, where do I store all of this stuff? Well, fortunately, I have a place in my home that I could do that with these clear storage bins. Well, we used those same clear storage bins when we went on our other store, our smaller store, when we went on vacation, but we only had a couple of bins that we took with us. So you're thinking, "Oh, that can't be worthwhile," or, you're throwing up red flags that I can't do that. Yes, you can. You've gotta get away from that mindset that that can't be done. And on this comment not too long ago on the channel, I asked the person, "Where do you store your Christmas items? Where are those at in your home? Are they in your attic? Or are they in the bottom of a closet?" You have a coat closet where your coats hang high, and you could put one of these bins or 2 of these bins underneath those coats. Can they, hold enough to make reselling worthwhile, you might ask? Absolutely, and I'm gonna give you an example. I have my little prop box here, this little eBay box, and this is a small one. I don't remember the size. It is a 6 by 4 and 3/4 by 4 and 3/4, this box. You can see a little bit smaller than my hand. What I have in here, and I did put these in here as an example for you, is a bunch. Let me see if I can hold that up there where you might be able to see a bunch of emblems for the front of a vehicle, like a Ford emblem. There's a whole box full here. Now, these emblems, there's all different kinds of emblems in here. I mean, from uh, Hemi emblems to, like I showed you, a Ford emblem to this Lincoln emblem. Now, these are lightweight, they're not very big. Can they be worth something? Well, this one right here, this little Lincoln emblem sells for about $25. In fact, I'll put that up here so you can see that. So $25 for an emblem of this size that weighs nothing. And here's a whole box full. Now, storage is not a problem. I mean, you can store a lot of items, dozens, in just a small box. And all those items worth, 15, 20, 30, $40. I've sold a couple of these for in the $60 range. Little emblems. So when you're buying, you can determine what you're going to source and what you're going to buy for your inventory. Maybe it's here. Do you remember? Younger people are not going to remember this, but many of my audience, I'm sure. Do you remember S&H green stamps? The trading stamps, they popular through the 50s and 60s and so on. My mom used to collect those up. She kept them in a little box, and we would open that box and put these stamps in little booklets, and she would redeem those. My point is, it didn't take up space. Those S&H green stamps didn't take up space, just like these little car emblems don't take up much space. So if you're sourcing costume jewelry, or I don't know, silverware, or whatever, little car emblems. You can choose the type of inventory that you want to keep. Now, are these all worth $25 a piece? No, some of them are worth a lot more. But even ones, and this is another thing that I hear, they believe some people, some resellers, take that back. Some wannabe resellers, not real resellers, they know better. But some wannabe resellers will think, well, what about, is it perfect? Is this item perfect? Does it have the little nut on the back? Is it scratched? Whatever that case may be. Good example, the Ford emblem that I showed you. This is actually a used one, which means the adhesive is still on the back. These still sell. I've sold new ones, $30, $40, but this will still bring $10 or $15, $20 in used condition. So that thinking that every item that you are going to buy for inventory has to be perfect, guys, it's not true. All you need to do, check that sell-through rate and see if they're selling. If they're selling, hey, you're good. And you can stick a whole bunch of them in a very small box. So fear, I've talked to you before about fear of reselling and that fear of shipping and the fear of the bad customer. All of those things, fear of finding the right items to sell. Guys, those are unfounded fears. They really are. If you go out and you stay in your lane and look for the things that you know that you should be looking for, focus. If your storage is a problem, focus on looking at small things. Don't go looking at great big golf bags and things like that. Look for costume jewelry, silverware, car emblems, whatever the case. Look for small items if that's an issue. But don't make those things the obstacle that stops you from becoming a reseller. Guys, this is fun. It's very profitable and it gives you a purpose, keeps your mind working. Now, will things come up in reselling? Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't remember the mantra for the Marines. About adapting and overcoming. But anyway, that's what you're going to have to do when you're reselling. Things change. And a good example is eBay shipping is about to change. No one knows exactly where it's going yet, but so be it. Whatever that change is, I'll deal with it as that comes. That doesn't stop me from reselling. So guys, the big mistake, the number one mistake is not getting started. It's that simple. Forget the fear. You've got to start. Will you know everything? No, you won't. Will you learn more and more the more you do it? Yes, you will. It's fun. It's like that very first time you learn to play a card game, whatever it might be, euchre or pinochle or whatever it may be. At the beginning, apprehensive and not sure of what to do. And then after you learned the game, you thought, hey, this is fun. I enjoy this. This is the same thing, except this one really pays. So, guys, I hope this was good information for you. So I've got many different things coming about systems and so on. I'm sure you're not going to want to miss. But until the next time, take care of yourself, and I'll see you on my next video.